If you are feeling unprepared, unsure of how to even attempt this whole New Year reset thing, I have got the guide for you. Watch this video and I will take you through each and every step that you need to do to feel prepared and get ready to smash your goals for the new year. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sadie and we are going through my New Year reset guide. This is something I do literally every year and have done for the past few years at least. It is an absolute ritual for me. It has changed a little bit at least over the years, but generally it kind of always has the same sort of basis, same sort of foundation, and I wanted to share it with you today because I think like these videos in general are just so helpful and I always love watching them just to see where I can improve, little elements I can add into my reset routine. And yeah, I thought I'd share with you my whole process for getting ready for the new year. So before we dive straight into goal setting, we want to reflect on the past year. So this past year for me has definitely had its successes, but there have also been goals that I set that kind of throughout the year I just changed my mind on, or they just don't align with me anymore, or I realised that it's not completely realistic to actually hit that goal. You know, with life getting in the way, things change. You can't always expect this year that you plan out to go exactly to plan. It won't, like, it just won't. That's life. But that's why it's so important to actually reflect on the past year, because you're looking at maybe the goals that you set last year and whether they were realistic or not. Maybe you can adapt those and take what you've learned from that into setting your goals for this year coming, and yeah, just overall be a bit more realistic about it. It also helps you to realize things that you have achieved that maybe you didn't necessarily have in mind. Maybe it wasn't a goal that you'd set, but you think, oh, actually, do you know what? I have achieved this, or I've achieved that, and I didn't even think that I would. I didn't even have that on my radar at the beginning of the year. So much can change in the span of a year, honestly. Like, I didn't think that I would be this close to having my own home with my boyfriend. Like, we thought it would be in 2025, but we're actually moving like in January, which that is just insane to me. Yeah, so much can change, so much can happen. So yeah, it's just really important to reflect on the past year and just realize how far you've come. So my favorite method of doing this is journaling. Obviously, you know, not everyone is into journaling, but I really would recommend it for this. Even just jotting it down on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a proper notepad. Just literally a scrap of paper will do. And then the next step, and definitely one of my favorites, anyone that knows me personally, I am a sucker for decluttering. I love decluttering so much. Specifically, like, first step is physical decluttering. That is my absolute favorite thing to do. Literally clear your space, go through everything you own, like, and I mean everything, and actually assess whether it adds value to your life, whether you like it, whether you want it, and if you don't, maybe sell it if it's worth anything. If not, charity shop, and if it's in a really bad state, actually throw it away. But ideally we don't want to be doing this because, you know, it might not be worth much to you, but somebody might find it at a charity shop and think, oh my god, that's perfect, that's exactly what I need. You know, so it's always best to pass things on. You can even pass things on to family members if they want it, or friends, and yeah, it's always better than throwing things away. But honestly, my favorite thing is decluttering my space. I'm also going to be doing it very soon with moving. I always do it kind of over the Christmas period as well, with like getting new things for Christmas. Yeah, it just gives me the chance to have a complete reset and yeah, make sure everything is exactly how I want it. And as another part of that, you can also do some mental decluttering. So, you know, literally just, again, grab a piece of paper or a notepad and just literally write down everything. So do a complete like brain dump, everything that comes to mind of, you know, if there's anything like, oh, I've been meaning to do that, I've been meaning to get to that, you know, things that you don't always have time for, like little tasks that are just like a bit annoying. It's a bit like, I don't know, like fixing the smallest little thing, like it will take 2 seconds, but just you keep pushing it off. So just literally write anything down, everything that you want to get done, and then you can start scheduling it out, start planning things and think, okay, right, this weekend I'm absolutely definitely going to do this one thing, and you will smash through them and you won't have those lingering annoying things over your head anymore. Okay, so next is my second favorite thing, and that is setting intentions and goals. And I typically do this by breaking up my goals into categories. So I've got things like maybe like a financial category, like a fitness category, a work category, hobbies. So however it makes sense for you, make those categories and just kind of focus in on each one and think, okay, what do I want to achieve in fitness this year? Maybe you want to run a marathon, maybe you want to hit a PB in strength training, maybe you want to compete in high rocks, like literally anything that comes to your mind. I think it's a lot easier for me personally to just focus in on one category, because if I have to sit there and think, okay, what do I want to do this year in my life, like in general, that feels so overwhelming, and yeah, just way too much to think about. And I feel like with doing that, I don't even think of anything. I'm like, oh, I don't know, I have no idea. But if you focus in on one thing, it makes it so much easier, so much more manageable to actually write things down and actually plan things out. But you really want to make sure that you make them into SMART goals as much as possible. So basically just make it as specific as possible. That's kind of the way that I do it, is yeah, make sure that you kind of have like a time frame around it. Obviously we've got the year as the kind of general time frame, but if you can narrow it down any more and say, okay, I want to achieve this in the first quarter, in the first half of the year, then that's even better, because it will create more of a sense of urgency rather than saying, okay, I want to achieve it in the year, and then you get to November and you're like, oh god, I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything towards this goal. It just means that you will, you know, take those steps, almost like everyday kind of habits, to actually achieve what you want to achieve by the end of the year rather than leaving it too late. And you also really want to make sure that you can measure it. So instead of saying like, oh, I just want to live a healthier lifestyle, say exactly what you're going to do. I'm going to run twice a week and I'm going to weight train twice a week. Like, make sure you are specific with it. And obviously if you don't achieve those twice a week, whatever, in a week, like there is absolutely no reason to beat yourself up for it, but it's just setting that kind of baseline. It's setting that really specific goal so you know exactly what you need to do in order to achieve it. Because if you just say, oh, I want to be healthier, there's no real like saying whether you've achieved that or whether you haven't. So it just creates a bit of confusion, I guess, when it comes to, yeah, saying, have I completed that goal? Have I not? It just makes it super easy. And yes, I ran twice a week for, you know, the majority of the weeks of the year. So I think I've achieved it. You know, it just makes it so much easier. So I also mentioned about habits as well. So this is something that I find really important with, you know, setting your goals. What I do is I break down each goal into, okay, so what do I need to achieve in each month of the year? And I break that down even further into, okay, so to achieve that in a month, what do I need to achieve in a week? So just setting those habits and just knowing what you need to do, like those tiny steps each day that will accumulate and get you to that end goal before the end of the year. Also, for setting up my goals, personally, I use Notion for kind of laying all of it out, but when it comes to writing down, say like the specific tasks that I need to do daily, weekly, monthly, whatever, I use Asana for actual task management. Yeah, you can use Notion for that as well, but I just really like Asana for it. And then finally, this is something that I feel like I always say I'm going to do and I never end up doing it. So this year I really want to. I want to create a vision board. I think it just looks so fun. I think I definitely need to think about how I'm gonna do it. I won't have a physical one, so it will be digital. Maybe I'll have it as my laptop background. That could be quite cool. But yeah, I really want to do that. It just, rather than obviously setting your goals, you can very easily just kind of not look at them for months on end if you wanted to. But having that constant reminder of that visualization of, you know, this is exactly what I want to achieve and this is someone else doing it, yeah, I think it would just kind of put it in front of my face every day and just not allow me to forget. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful. You know, let me know how you got on in the comments, the type of things that you are going to do for your New Year's reset. If you have any other tips to give, anything else that wasn't mentioned in the video, I always love to hear it. Like I said, I love to add in little optimizations where I can. But yeah, I'm really excited to get started with it, specifically the goal setting and decluttering, my absolute favorite things ever. And it's exactly why I love the new year, because it's such a great excuse to do that whilst I'm obviously not working, and yeah, I'm so excited to do that. Also, let me know in the comments what your #1 goal, if you could pick any one for the year, what is that? What is your #1 goal? I really want to know. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.